When I was a blue belt, I had a grade 2 tear in my MCL, my right knee. Smaller injuries here and there. I have, my neck has a reoccurring injury. Any of the other wrestling footage. My ankles have been popped from heel hooks, before my ankles got broken. Fingers have been broken, popped my arm.
On the mat, the atmosphere is intense and dangerous, and that's because BJJ is not just a delicate dance between technique, strength, and strategy. Things can get messy.
I'm working on a headlock, front headlock. Maybe a guillotine and you're tight.
Keeping his head on the chest there, so he's stuck.
That's the tap.
Wow. Look at this. What a slick joke here, man. And he's going to get the tap.
We've witnessed awe-inspiring submissions, breathtaking sweeps, and unparalleled displays of grappling mastery. But hidden beneath the artistry lies a darker side that occasionally rears its head, transforming the BJJ arena into a battlefield of pure pain and resilience. Well, what is this ominous presence? It's none other than BJJ injuries. Injuries don't happen every day on the mat, but in today's video, we'll highlight the few times things went from just grappling to bloody gory. Number 1. Gantumur Bayanduuren's knee injury.
Gantumur's foot was basically backwards, but he didn't tap.
I'm kind of nauseous right now. I'm really sick to my stomach. I've broken a lot of legs. The amount that leg exploded, it was just disgusting and gross. I really wish he tapped. The result didn't change, and now he's in the hospital.
Gantumur Bayanduuren suffered a knee injury on the 13th of January, 2023, when he went up against Mikey Musumeci in the co-main event of One Fight Night 6, a match that saw Musumeci retain his one flyweight world title. In the largely one-sided contest, Musumeci had Bayanduuren's knee locked for almost 8 minutes of the 10 minutes fight, during which he executed heel hooks that had Bayanduuren's leg twisted way beyond the natural position.
This game, he has got to move. He's got to try to push, create that frame, and scramble.
Yeah, I believe he's still in there, but he's tough, man. He's doing a good job, like I said, taking the pressure off the knee and putting that leg there, trying to push on the butt, get the pressure off it and be able to move. But, Dark Tony has that knee, and whoo, man.
Surprisingly, Bayanduuren refused to submit. Even though throughout the match, he was never in a position to submit Musumeci, his decision not to submit left his knees badly damaged. The injuries sustained by Bayanduuren as a result of the lock included a torn meniscus, ACL, MCL, and a broken ankle. The injury was so sore that South China Morning Post's Nicholas Atkin confirmed Bayanduuren was out for at least 1 year due to the injury. Number 2. Vinny Magalhaes' knee injury. At Submission Underground 13, Vinny Magalhaes contested against Craig Jones and lost. He, however, suffered a serious injury to his knee.
He's having good luck here, knocking Vinny off balance.
Similar to what happened to Gantumur Bayanduuren, Magalhaes refused to submit to a heel hook lock. His leg was horribly twisted into disturbing angles by Craig Jones. But Magalhaes wouldn't tap out. He even attempted to continue grappling through the pain, but was eventually forced to verbally express his desire to withdraw.
All right, there's more conversation going on.
Building up to the fight, Vinny Magalhaes boasted that Craig Jones wouldn't be able to catch him in a leg lock. On Twitter, he claimed that anyone who thought Jones would get him with a leg lock didn't know what they were talking about. Eventually, Magalhaes didn't only fall to a leg lock, he came out of the match with a badly damaged knee as a result of a leg lock. I guess his earlier refusal to tap out was because he felt he had a point to prove. Number 3. Hannah Sharp Kimura break. MMA fighter and Henzo Portland's Hannah Sharp competed against Miranda Maverick.
Come to that armbar on the far side, keep everything tight.
At Subspectrum 7, a BJJ tournament. While Hannah took home the win, her opponent, Miranda Maverick, suffered a broken elbow. Sharp, who was on top, had Maverick locked in a mounted Kimura submission with a vice-like grip on Maverick's arm. Sharp's control seemed unbreakable. Desperate to escape, Maverick mustered her strength and attempted a headlock. In her struggle, she suffered a broken elbow. Hannah Sharp won the contest, but sadly, leaving the other grappler with a broken arm. Number 4. David Dennis straight ankle lock leg break. On October 16, 2010, Davis Dennis faced Darren Morse. The fight began with both athletes in high spirits, exchanging a few slap hands and progressing just as any other BJJ match would on a normal day. Amidst the tussle on the mat, a stubbornly resisted successful ankle lock attempt resulted in a snapped ankle. The injury was so severe, the sound of the snap could actually be heard in this footage. Leg locks are just really never jokes. Number 5. Onyx Rowland Kimura break. In this clip posted by Onyx Rowland, he faced his opponent at the North American Grappling Association tournament in Colorado Springs. Rowland attacked his opponent's shoulder joint using a Kimura shoulder lock. However, Rowland's opponent refused to tap out and forfeit the match, a decision that led to him suffering a severe shoulder injury. Things shouldn't have gotten this gory, since grapplers are usually advised to tap out when a lock stretches their joints to end range to avoid any serious injury. Number 6. Heel hook breaks. At NAGA Atlanta, BJJ fans witnessed one of the sport's worst injuries at the North American Grappling Association NAGA tournament hosted in Atlanta in 2015. In the tournament, a grappler's ankle was broken after he refused to submit to a prolonged heel hook. The grappler eventually tapped out, but only after his ankle had already popped out. This was another case of an athlete proving stubborn even when locked in a dangerous position where he could have easily conceded defeat. Number 7. Cole Farsaci's snapped arm. At Cage Wars 52, amateur grappler Cole Farsaci had his arm broken by a Kimura submission. Towards the end of the first round, Cole's opponent, Jaleel Palmer, got a grip on the right arm of Farsaci and wouldn't relent. Applying pressure on the arms as he isolated it from the rest of the body, Farsaci attempted to set his arm free by rolling, but his efforts were unsuccessful.
Oh, that's a lot of pain right there in his face. You can tell this is a tough guy. Bloody, oh goodness. Oh.
Number 8. Russian grappler breaks neck during match. Russian grappler Pisujin Aliyev participated in the Universal Fighters Open Cup in St. Petersburg, Russia. Aliyev contested in a no-gi submission grappling match and ended up injuring his neck after he fell badly and landed on his head. He fell while attempting a flying armbar submission on his opponent. After the devastating incident, many feared he was going to be left paralyzed from his neck down. The fight was immediately discontinued as his opponent, spectators, and the medical staff rushed in to help him. Much of the damage had already been done. Aliyev ended up with a fractured vertebra, significant brain trauma, and other complications. Although he is now able to walk, he does so with assistance and is on the road to recovery. From bone-crushing submissions to the haunting echoes of injuries endured, the lessons learned are crystal clear. BJJ is no mere game. It demands respect and discipline. We would like to hear what you think about this list. Which injury is the most gruesome in your opinion? Kindly share your thoughts with us in the comments section, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons.